Well, good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to Margrader Stadium for tonight's football contest. Before we get started, it's senior night here in Canton-Galva. And we want to take a moment to honor our seniors and their parents. First up, we have Brecken Pearson. She is escorted by Jeff and Natalie Collins and Darren and Jody Pearson. She has participated in volleyball for 4 years, basketball for 3 years, softball for 3 years, and cheer for 4 years. She's also been involved in Stuco, FFA, NHS, and been the class secretary for 4 years. Her plans for the future remain undecided, and her favorite memory she wanted to share this evening was getting to spend every day with Aaron and Jenny as their office aide. Ladies and gentlemen, Brecken Pearson. Next up, we have Brayson Alcala. Brayson is escorted by Jama and Henry Alcala. He's participated in baseball for 2 years, football for 4 years, and basketball for 2 years. He's also been involved in robotics. His plans for the future are also undecided at this time, and his favorite memory he wanted to share is the freshman year of team bonding, but he doesn't share any details. Ladies and gentlemen, Brayson Alcala. Next up, we have Nicholas Evans. He is escorted by Evan and Melinda Evans. He's participated in powerlifting for 3 years and football for 4 years, as well as robotics and FFA. His plans for the future remain undecided at this time, and a favorite memory he wanted to share was hitting a random lady with a foam plane at a robotics competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Evans. Next up, we have TJ Kane. TJ is escorted by Sean and Jeannie Kane. He's played football for 4 years, basketball for 3 years, and track for 3 years. He's also participated in robotics, yak, and Stuco. His plans for the future are undecided at this time, and he also shares a favorite memory of the freshman year team bonding, but again, no details. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Kane. Next up, we have Kason Mastery. He'll be escorted by Park and Dawn Mastery. Kason's participated in basketball for 3 years and football for 4 years. He's also participated in FSA, robotics, and powerlifting. His plans for the future include attending college, and his favorite memory also is team bonding with no details. Ladies and gentlemen, Kason Mastery. Next up, we have Garrett Maltby. He's escorted by Jamie and Ty Maltby. He's been involved in powerlifting for 3 years, football for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and baseball for 2 years. He's also been involved in FFA and robotics. His plans for the future involve getting a degree in agronomy. His favorite memory he wanted to share is all of the send-offs for away playoff football games. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Maltby. Next up, we have Preston Minson. He's escorted by Tracy and Terry Minson. He's participated in football for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and track for 4 years. He's also been involved in powerlifting, yak, the youth basketball clinic for 2 years, as well as coaching flag football. His plans for the future involve getting a business degree or maybe a trade school for HVAC. His favorite memory, team bonding. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, we get some details. I am getting a report that we sank a boat in a pond. Sounds like some team bonding. And then that night we fit 25 dudes in one tent, and then the tent broke. Put it on, Preston Minson. Up next, we have Walker Nightingale. He's escorted by Brad and Lisa Nightingale. He's been involved in football for 1 year and basketball for 4 years, as well as FFA for 4 years. His plans for the future remain undecided. His favorite memory is when a group of us stalled for over 40 minutes at Wendy's in order to miss a test. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, Walker Nightingale. Next up, we have Ryder Nordstrom. He's escorted by Treva and Eric Nordstrom. He's played football for 4 years, baseball for 4 years, wrestling for 2 years, and powerlifting for 3 years. He's participated in FFA, robotics, and has been the class president for 4 years. His plans for the future is to continue training at Dacus Auto Body and become a certified auto body technician. His favorite memory is walking out to thousands of fans cheering at the 2019 championship football game. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryder Nordstrom. Next we have up Jet Vincent. He's escorted by Jesse Vincent and Dolly Theobald. He's participated in football, basketball, and track all 4 years of high school, as well as participated in FFA his senior year. His plans for the future are to glorify God daily, play football, and potentially start a ranch. His favorite memory involves trading stocks and economics with TS. Ladies and gentlemen, Jet Vincent. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, life is a collection of moments. Miss Tina McManus, you have captured the many faces of our children over the years, from junior high to high school, winning a state championship game to the hardwood floor of the basketball court. Looking online at all the still frames the next day was just as exciting as the game. Thank you for sharing your talent and giving a return ticket to a moment otherwise gone. Ladies and gentlemen, help the senior parents recognize Miss Tina McManus. And one more time, put it on all of your senior athletes in front of you here tonight.
Get stopped with 4 minutes in the third quarter. Play that quarter right on clock and then go fourth quarter. Okay. For just JV. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to YouTube land, Canton-Galva Eagles broadcasting. What a great and glorious night it is here. Senior night at the beautiful Margreter Stadium. What an awesome tribute that you just watched. Put together by Coach Kaufman and his crew. Well done, sir. Well done. We're about 18 minutes, actually probably closer to 21 minutes away from kickoff. So again, we welcome each and every one of you out there in YouTube land. Tonight's contest is going to feature the undefeated Canton-Galva Eagles against the Rural Vista Heat. The Heat has brought a lot of players in here. I know they've struggled in years past in getting enough young men to go out for football. Looks like they have turned that around. Coach Brian Henry and the Rural Vista Heat make the trip up here to the beautiful, well-painted field here at Margreter Stadium. What a beautiful day it was. What a nice night for football. We're just going to kind of take a little break here as we wait for kickoff. But again, congratulations to the seniors for making it this far. And a huge shout out to not only Tina McManus for the majority of those still photos and all the photos that she has shared throughout the years of these youngsters, but then to Coach Kaufman and his class for putting together that awesome slideshow that you guys just watched. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes. We're going to keep the live stream going, but the talking heads, we'll be back in about 10 minutes to get this baby ready to kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Margreter Stadium and the Kansas State High School Activities Association football contest between the visitors, the Rural Vista Heat, and the home team, your Canton-Galva Eagles. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and Canton-Galva High School appreciates your support of interscholastic activities. You are reminded that this is an educational event and the practice of good sportsmanship is encouraged and expected by all in attendance. For those first-time visitors to Margrader Stadium, the restrooms and concession stand are located on the west side of the field to the north of the press box. The concession stand is full service. I'm sure there's hamburgers, hot dogs, warm drinks if you want them. Be sure to stop down there and see and visit them. I was just told tonight's special is chili, so be sure to hop down there and support them. Also, speaking of supporting our students, tomorrow, the high school Lady Eagles volleyball squad is going to be at Gossel for sub-state. They will play the 1A D1 volleyball sub-state matchup. Their first match is 1 p.m. against Solomon High School, so be sure to get on over to Gossel tomorrow afternoon and support the Lady Eagles. At this time, I do want to introduce the defensive starters for the Roll Vista Heat. Number 1, Coden Sanford. Number 9, Dylan Johnston. Number 21, Logan Tate. Number 24, Eli West. Number 34, Cole Reedy. Number 54, Gavin Carson. Number 65, Cody Brown. And number 80, Grant Skelton. The Heat are head coached by Brian Henry.
Mic check, 1, 2. Well, we are live here on the YouTube channel, Canton-Galva, the broadcasting. What a great night it is to be with you on your computer, on your TV. We welcome each and every one of you, and thank you for tuning in to this awesome broadcast brought to you by the Canton-Galva media crew, headed up by Coach Kaufman and all he does.
We do have one more event we want you all to get excited about for Eagle Sports. Garrett Silsby is going to be running cross country. You bet. Not next week, as in tomorrow. So be sure if you see him tonight to support him as well.
If you weren't able to watch or just tuning in right now and weren't able to watch that awesome senior tribute that was on the broadcast, it's on the Facebook.
10-5, touchdown, Eagles.
Yeah. Jeff Benson, turn on the Jetson. He's going to go all the way in for a touchdown.
Anyhow, if you weren't able to get in there and tune in and watch that, go on the Twitter, go on the Facebook. You can go see it there. I want to thank Coach Kaufman for that awesome job in his class, as well as Miss Tina McManus, who took all of the still photos. I'm sure she's always got that. If she's not teaching or coaching, she's got that camera up to her face, snapping stills and sharing them with everybody on Facebook. So thank you to her. At this time, it's my pleasure. Most of this season, last season, we've had Mr. Keaton Littrell with us. Had Landon Everett fill in a couple times here. did an outstanding job tonight. He's hanging out with his boys. So tonight we welcome in here a legend on this field, a man that once threw that football up and down this field all night long. A guy who's now a father, who's now a coach of the 5th and 6th grade football team who takes on the Lincoln Tuscan Chargers tomorrow. I'm talking about the one, the only, Mr. Travis Regier. Welcome into the call tonight, buddy.
Thank you, Trevin.
You betcha.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, don't take it too hard on him. He's a rookie on this microphone, but Trav's a great guy, knows football very well. Your brother's a coach on this squad, part of the coaching team that brought the championship home as the CG Eagles are starting to get a little amped up. So Teddy, by the way, congratulations on being a new uncle, huh? How's that?
Thank you. It's a new experience, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Grandma's now got 3 grandkids to share around. I'm sure Levi and Owen, they probably appreciate having that little niece around as much as anybody.
Yeah, they're pretty proud of her, pretty proud of their sister as well. So, yeah, they kind of evened it up in the grandkids.
That's
so.
right. We got 4 in the grandkids. That's right. 2 boys, 2 girls. I forget about that. As here come the Eagles. Led by number 66, the senior Preston Minson, who's had him a pretty dang good year so far. Seen him get some sacks, seen him take care of that football at the center position. Last week we saw him go all the way pretty much at the nose, something that he hasn't done as we saw Nick Evans go into the linebacker position instead of that nose, spelling Minson. As we're going to introduce Mr. Cason Mastery, number 2, young man that has done outstanding in that wide receiver spot. Awesome hands. Hey, you know a little bit about that guy. You've known him since he was born. I think you probably were there when he was in the hospital.
Yeah, he's been fun to watch this year for sure. Had a heck of a game last Friday and hope to keep it going again tonight.
You bet. Just a junior is he, Mr. Lane McManus, number 3. We saw Strap, the man they call Strap, the quarterback, number 6. And then Wyatt Collins, number 22. TJ Kane, of force. Seeing him getting some looks at that collegiate level.
He is one guy, in my opinion, that has probably been overlooked more than anybody. Definitely has the build, the hands. I mean, he definitely could get a chance to play at the next level for sure.
Yeah, we're talking about number 25, TJ Kane there, as Ryder Nordstrom, a senior and young man that's been battling injury all year, gets introduced, as does Mr. Collins, and then the aforementioned number 66 Minson. But let's go back to TJ. I agree with you. The young man's got frame. You know, he hits the weight room. He's still pretty slender build, but he's got the frame. You see him on that basketball court as well. Young man's athletic. They use him at that tight end position. Rarely does he drop a ball. Normally he is open.
Please rise.
We're going to step aside as Miss McKenna brings
Let
us
us
the
honor
national
America
anthem.
with the playing of our national anthem, performed by the Canton-Galva Pep Band under the direction of Miss Megan McKenna.
Well, a nice job there by the Canton-Galva Pep
Band.
Band, directed by Miss McKenna. We talked about it last broadcast with Mr. Landon Everett. I don't care how old you are. Friday Night Lights, that national anthem playing, you still get chills running down your spine, don't you, Trav?
Oh, yeah, definitely get the goosebumps. Couldn't ask for a better night tonight. I know earlier this week we had some more fall or winter type weather. Beautiful night tonight, though. Sun going down. I mean, couldn't ask for a better day.
It is football weather. It's gorgeous. Hey, real quick, how about a shout-out? I think we had the flag over there. Canton's finest, Police Chief Mark Barnett over there, spent a lot of years overseas protecting our great nation. So we thank him for his service. The Veterans Day is coming up here before very long. It's going to be November. So we want to give a shout-out to all of our veterans out there listening. Thank you guys for your service. Now back to football. Let's give a little injury report. So the state record holder in interceptions, he's in street clothes. That's number 4, Jet Vincent. Also in street clothes is 23, Grayson Alcala. Unfortunately, that is not uncommon. He spent the whole last year basically in street clothes. Went down with another preseason injury. I believe it required surgery to fix. Great young athlete. Hopefully they get him back for baseball. And then Jaden Edgar is also in streets. He, I believe, broke a bone. So some utility players in Edgar saw him play quarterback last year when Strap went down. And Alcala is very athletic, could probably play every position on the field. Out. And, of course, Vincent, we saw him in the opening game with Little River when Maltby was down. He played quarterback, basically a running quarterback, led the Eagles to victory in that one. Now holds by himself all records with interceptions. So that's interceptions as well as interceptions returned for touchdown. He's on the sideline. Really don't have a great injury report on him. It'll be interesting to see what the Eagles do on defense, as the other one we need to mention being injured, but I believe is going to play tonight. It's senior night. Is Mr. Nordstrom, Ryder Nordstrom, who has been a force in the backfield carrying the football. Went out with a preseason knee injury. Really has been unable to go. Put him in a little bit at linebacker. McManus has stepped in huge in that backfield. Vincent in the backfield as well. Really, the Eagles have been able to overcome Ryder's absence on the offensive side. But on the defensive side, you know, they list Nick Evans at 5'7", 135. That's not accurate.
Yeah, that's. I can tell you what, though, that is a lot of muscle packed into a small frame. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody at the high school level that is put together quite like he is. Yeah, like you say, he is 5'7", 135, but pound for pound, probably one of the strongest guys in the state. I don't know how many state records he has held or broke at the powerlifting conference, but he is definitely somebody to watch. Definitely don't want to overlook him.
Siri's always listening on your phone, and every time after one of these broadcasts where I talk about Nick Evans, it pops up that we should be friends on Facebook, and his Facebook profile picture is something that bodybuilding magazines would like to feature. The young man is a chiseled human. But I go back to the thought about Ryder Nordstrom. Nick Evans, simply just a utility player and a strong athlete, just not very big. They got him at 135. He just at the Mike backer, and now with Vincent out on defense, it'll be interesting to see what O'Connor and the fellows draw up as McManus and Mastery. I believe Sanford set the kick. 3 Lane McManus and senior Case and Mastery 2. The speed guys back there for the Eagles set to return this kick with the wind at their back. So we'll see what happens here as Rural Vista sets the kick and get this baby underway. Nice kick here. It's going to be taken on the sideline. It's going to roll, going to go out of bounds. Lucky right there that it didn't die. So that'll be a procedure call. We'll see what Coach Hoppus does here. He elects to take it. I believe that would be at the 20 with the penalty, or make the Rural Vista Heat re-kick. I always like the concept of making them re-kick simply because the kickoff team just sprinted down the field. Now they got to turn around and do it all over again. Have to think that they might be just a touch winded. Of course, it's the opening kickoff. You wouldn't think so. But we're gonna, anyway, it looks like that's what Hoppus has elected to do. Back them up 5 and re-kick.
Yeah, of course, especially when you got the speed in the backfield there with Lane and Kaysen. Lane showed it off plenty of times. Kaysen kind of really blew me away. I believe it last Friday on the pick 6 that he had, or maybe it was a touchdown reception. I mean, he turned the burners on, and there wasn't anybody on the field that was catching him.
Yeah, Kaysen had, last year we saw Struber set the record in receiving yards. Has a nice kick here. It's going to be fielded cleanly by McManus. Return right is set up, and they have a wall. Nice block by Mastery. Set and springing McManus, and he is going to be brought down by, that is number 24.
34 looked like Cole Reedy. Going to mark him down at the heat. 38.
So across the midfield. Nice tackle there. We were talking about McManus and his speed. I kind of thought maybe he had a lane and could possibly break that. But, last year we saw Struber, who's now at K-State, set the state record for receiving yards. And Mastery had a heck of a year as well. Go. Nordstrom starts the game in the back. We're going to air it out. Almost picked off. Well defended. That ball intended for Mastery.
Broken up by number 34, Cole Reedy as well.
Yeah. And he was right there.
Yeah, that was a well-played ball. Nice throw by Garrett and well played on defense by Reedy.
Last Friday night we saw Garrett have probably the second worst performance that we've seen him have on this field. Have to wonder if the nerves of Coach Kleinman being here didn't get to him. Still had a heck of a game. I think he only missed 5. There's 5 missed passes, but he was just off a little bit. As the give is the senior Ryder Nordstrom. He's around the left side. He's going to make it to the edge and get about 20.
I'm going to say he got pushed out about the 18, 17 and a half. That is a guy that nice to see him pumped up there. Life has definitely not been fair to him the last couple years. Kind of gimped up last year with the shoulder injury. Has the knee injury again this year, and good to see him have success.
Yeah, I believe the first play of the season last year saw him separate his shoulder, fought through that, made a deep run into the playoffs here. Little River kind of took him out as Mastery fires to
Maltby's pass to Mastery.
Excuse me, Maltby to Mastery. He's going to bring up first and goal.
15 yards on the play.
So he shoved out about the 3-yard line there, it looks like.
Yeah, number 1. Sanford in on the tackle for the Heat.
First and goal for the Eagles.
Hey, I forgot to bring you our disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are both CG graduates up here behind the microphone. We will be a little bit biased towards the home team. If you don't like that, if you don't like what we're saying, technology is a beautiful thing. You have a volume button, you have a mute button. You can simply turn us off. As it's first and goal for the Eagles. The give is going to be the senior Ryder Nordstrom, and he's going to get in for 6.
Touchdown.
Great to see for that youngster.
Sure, yeah.
On senior night, which senior night's more for the parents. Let's be clear about that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's for moms and dads, but it's all good as Ryder Nordstrom. Great to see, and really looks. You don't see much hitch in his get along.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
As Eagles go for 2 here, I believe that's going to be McManus flanking Maltby to the left. Mastery's going to catch it.
Maltby's pass to Mastery is complete, and the 2-point conversion is good.
So with 11:33 left in the first quarter, it's going to be Eagles up 8-0.
And the Heat 0.
Going through the roster here, looks like Canton-Galva does have the 9 seniors on the roster this year. 8 of those have played all 4 years. I do believe they were part of the 2019 state championship squad. With Walker Knighton coming on this year. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but
yeah, Jet Vincent would be number 9 as well. So 7 of them, I believe,
correct.
were on that
Yeah, that's right.
championship team, and Jet coming in this year. So 7 of those boys already have a ring, and of course they have a goal. That goal is to go get another one. But there's a lot of football to be played, and we got a contest here tonight. Rural Vista again's a building program. They haven't had the numbers in years past, and it's great to see them have the numbers over there.
Yeah, they've got quite the contrast. I'm looking at about 4 or 5 seniors here. Handful juniors, but then they do have a strong sophomore and freshman class. They may be somebody that may definitely be looking good here in the next couple of years.
Yeah, they looked good last year at the junior high level. This freshman class looked good at the junior high level as the left-footed Collins is set to kick for the Eagles. Been doing the kicking duties most of the year. Last year it was a rotating kicker. Last Friday we saw Collins really get a hold of the football quite well. Into the wind here, gets a nice line drive. great line drive is going to die.
He fielded from about the 3.
And he's going to be corralled there. Is the return man.
Reedy on the return, brought down by number 3, Lane McManus.
That was Reedy with the return, McManus with the tackle. Really, you couldn't ask for a better kickoff.
No, you could not. I mean, that's, yeah, like you say, last week was probably the best kick game that he has had all year, and starting off today with another good one.
First and 10 from their own 12.
11:29 left. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Heat from their own 12.
Heat line up with wide receivers right and left in an I formation. Going to come out throwing it, run the option, picked off. Nick Evans. Nick Evans with the pick 6 from his linebacker position. Normally plays the nose tackle. And he's got a senior pick 6 memory to start this game on defense. Congratulations, young man. That is an athlete right there. Undersized, huge heart, chiseled young man. Sometimes on the call right here, we call him the Night Panther. He's all over the place with a pick 6. Eagles line up to go for the 2-point conversion. Last week was very successful with the 2-point conversions. Only had one of them failed. As we go empty backfield here, Maltby by himself. Bunch formation to the left, going to throw it. Trying to find his man there, fellow senior Walker Nightingale, and just off of his fingertips. Pretty well defended by the Heat right there.
Yeah, it was.
It's your Eagles 14 and the Heat 0.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened on that. It looked like maybe a busted play, kind of a run pass option. Just happened to be that Nick was in the right place at the right time and take it in 13 yards for the score.
You know, a long time ago on my senior night out here, I kind of had the exact same opportunity, but I dropped it. Inman had a screenplay set up, and I read it, dropped from my defensive end position, had it hit right off of my hands, and the coach allowed that. That's why I was a lineman.
Yeah, and that's why you play defense.
Noah Collins set the kick for the Eagles. Back deep for the Heat, Johnston and Reedy.
Johnston and Reedy, number 34 and 9, back to receive this kick. See if they can do a little bit better job. You know, I understand what they were trying to do. Let it roll into the end zone there. It died on that grass.
Yeah, it definitely took an Eagle bounce. I thought it was going to roll into the end zone for a touchback, but laid up short a little bit and
looked like you with a pitching wedge, buddy.
Yeah, short on the time, that's for sure.
Another nice kick here. This one does the exact same thing. It's fielded. It's going to be Reedy. Oh, collision there at the 15-yard line.
Reedy on the return.
Lee McManus is going to.
Lane McManus.
Yep, Lane McManus on the cleanup there on Reedy on the return. Looks like going to be Heat from the 20.
Hey, nice
Heat
return
football,
there.
1st and 10 from their own 20.
Better field position. See if the Heat can shake that last pick 6 off. See what they can get going. Again, I'm with you. I don't know if that was an RPO or it looked like a traditional option play. It looked like a pass, then go an option, then it was pass. Anyhow, it was picked off by Nick Evans.
Go to I formation.
Give is going to be to the tailback, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Let's give that tackle to Minson.
Reedy on the carry, brought down by number 22, Wyatt Collins.
Our fellow announcers up
Good
here with the PA,
second
they
down,
didn't agree with us. They're
2nd
giving
and
that one to
9
number 22, the junior Wyatt Collins.
Yeah, 22, 66. I think they all pretty well
They were there.
had the whole plug there. And going to be 2nd and call it 9 for the Heat.
We're going to give it to the seniors on our side tonight every chance we get, okay? It's just the way it is on senior night. Reedy around the right side. We're going to flag down. That's in the vicinity of a hold.
Reedy
Nice
on the
run
carry,
there.
shoved out of bounds by Wyatt Collins.
Wyatt Collins with the tackle, but I believe it's going to be a 10-yard holding penalty.
Yeah, I believe this one's coming back.
Like they had the end hooked, but maybe not with the hips towards the sideline there. As the white hat checks with Collins. Yeah, and it is going to be a holding call. So that'll bring up second down and 19. You know, that was 2 yards away from being a half the distance.
8-yard line.
But it is, as it is, it's going to be second and 19 from the 8.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of understandable. I believe that's Elijah West at the right end going up against going to be Wyatt Collins. He's definitely outsized a little bit, so trying to get all the help that he can get.
Tight formation here for the Heat. Going to have a little belly reverse fake. Quarterback keep. Sanford with the keep's going to be brought down
by number 3,
by McManus. We are calling his name a lot in the early going of this contest.
Called about a 2-yard gain on the play. Going to bring up third and 20 from the 10.
Yeah, we call that third and long. See what the Heat can dial up here. Kind of have to be a little bit conservative, you would think, backed up in your own end zone here at the 10 as they're running plays in and out. Head coach Brian Henry well out onto the field to meet Sanford, the quarterback, give him the play. Heat break the huddle pretty quick, though. Going to go
spread it way out. Trips to the right. Single wide receiver to the left, leaving 3 down linemen.
Borderline swinging gate.
Pressure by Ryder Nordstrom.
The ball is, I believe, broken up. Almost looking like Reedy caught it on the rebound there.
It's 4th down for the Heat.
It's almost threading the needle, I believe. That's Cason Mastery and
we don't like to see this.
Nick Evans, I believe.
Yeah, Evans.
Come up a little lame on the play. Gimped up at the leg, it appears.
Yeah, he's going to be able to walk that one off here. So it'll be 4th and 20 for the Heat, and they're going to have to punt, you would assume. Maltby going to be doing the punt returning duties for the Eagles. Don't know that we've seen him return a punt before.
No, that is another guy who's definitely has some deceptive speed. He gets out in the open. There's not a whole lot of people that are going to be able to catch him as well.
Yeah, he's got several of those pick sixes in his career as well.
Yeah, definitely not afraid to lower the shoulder and run anybody over also.
This ball was kicked low, and a pretty decent kick here.
Calvert's punt goes to the 39
by Calvert. It's going to be down on the other side of the 40.
From the Eagle 39.
Call it 1st and 10 from the Eagle 39.
The ball is going to be at the left hash mark. Nordstrom's back in the backfield for the Eagles. Lane McManus looking like he's going to be playing for the Canadian Football League with a 10-yard run. Now he gets to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be on the right side. Cason Mastery on the left. T.J. Kane's going to be your tight end on the left. That is Ryder Nordstrom flanking Maltby to the right. Pass all the way here. He's got his man, T.J. Kane. That's your tight end.
Maltby's pass to
That is the guy I was talking about earlier.
11 yards on the play.
6'4", 204 is what they have him listed at. And if you saw him 2 years ago, he has definitely grown into a man. Sophomore to senior, he has definitely hit the weight room. Heck of a program that Coach Tyler O'Connor has going on, and it is amazing to see these guys progress in the 3 or 4 years that they're here, and just watch them pack on the muscle, and definitely paid off there for TJ.
Yeah, TJ's a tight end that could go play at the next level. He blocks extremely well. Fundamentally, he's great. Like you said in the opening, kind of been overlooked as this ball to McManus, is complete. Going to be good for another Eagle first down.
Is complete.
But let's go back to T.J. Kane because I agree with you 100%. Young man's got the frame. He's got the brain. He's got the hands. Blocks well. You know, tight end in 8-man football really, just isn't able to put up the numbers that get the eyes of the coaches. And then on the defensive side, he's no slouch there either. But on the offensive side, You know, you don't get a lot of 6'4" guys with the kind of feet that he's got, the frame that he could bulk up and be able to block the way that he blocks, and then have the soft hands that he's got. As it's 1st and 10, wide receivers right and left, under center, something that's rare in Canton-Galva football. Give us to Ryder. Nordstrom lowers his shoulder.
Nordstrom
Hit first by Reedy.
11 yards on the play.
Nordstrom is going to get himself a first down. But that center to quarterback exchange was a little suspect right there, Travis.
Yeah, that's 11-yard gain on the play there, and you can tell Ryder is definitely wanting to try to make up for some lost time on the field. Running with a mission, he is the kind of guy that's going to lower his shoulder, and it doesn't matter if you are a foot taller and 80 pounds heavier, he's going to try to bowl you over every time.
Yeah, a young man that likes to mix it up, was involved in the wrestling program at Hillsboro. As we're going, McManus in the backfield here. Mastery to the left in the wide receiver spot. The look is to him all the way on the slant. Well defended there, right on time. That's Reedy with the second pass breakup for him. So getting himself some helmet stickers on the early going of this football game. It's 2nd and goal, but it's just across the 10-yard line for Canton-Galva. As the Eagles signal in the play call here. Looks like the same formation. Mastery out to the left. McManus to the right, slightly behind Maltby in the backfield. Give is going to be to McManus. Makes a cut. He's going to walk into the end zone. How about the cut, the vision right there for the young man that likes to rope calves, sitting quite well in the high school rodeo ranks. It's Calf Roper. Makes a cut and gets in the end zone. Kudos to the big fellows as Isa Marston trots off the field. Was that hole? I'm not saying that I could have made it through there, but Trav, in your day, you could have, if you could have made that cut.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely had the hole there about 3 yards deep, and Lane cut it outside, and like I say, he is one of the guys that.
Oh, Nick Evans, they try to get the young man a score. I don't know that we've ever seen him carry the football. I've said that he could play every position on the field. He's just an athlete, unable to keep his traction.
And the Heat zeroed.
As it's cooled off quite well, I wonder if there could be some moisture on that field. We haven't had any moisture in this area, and I don't know, since football started for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely been dry, but I do got to admit the high school maintenance workers, for as dry as the area has been, this field looks very, 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 very nice. So kudos to them.
Yeah, I don't know what they're using to paint the lines, but they're straighter than they've ever been. That might be, Garber Surveying might have a little bit of something to say about that. We're just going to go ahead and give them a plug right now.
That's the perks of having some alumni that stick around and vested in your community. And
as they are well done. Well, we'll see the left-footed kicker Collins, I believe, come back out here, give it a boot. He's had 2 beautiful kicks to start this game, dying just inside the end zone there, preventing the touchback. First
Johnson
one was
and Reedy back deep
returned to about the 8. The second one to the 20.
33,
as Johnson and Reedy are back there for the Heat. Noah Collins set to kick for the Eagles as they lead 20-0 here. 7:37 to go in the first. Another nice kick here is going to be fielded. That's Reedy with the football. Hit hard. Jory Ratzliff with the initial contact for the Eagles on the
16 Jory Ratzliff.
Good to see Jory, the junior, get in there on special teams.
Yeah, we've seen him get a little PT at the wide receiver. Young man's not slow.
Very, very high intelligence, that's for sure. Got to see quite a bit of him this Central Christian game here a couple weeks back. Had Lane dinged up a little bit, and Jory got to see some reps in that, and it was definitely promising for the future, that's for sure.
Backfield, I believe, is going to be Reedy 34, 32 Calvert, flanking Sanford.
Toss to Reedy. Stop for, we'll call it a gain of 1, I believe.
TJ Kane on the
Reedy
initial
on the carry,
contact
brought down
for
by
the
number
Eagles.
25, TJ King.
You know, it's kind of hard to call these Eagles
Bring up
defensive
second and
calls
8 for
as
the Heat from their own 22.
Canton-Galva's Coach O'Connor preaches fly to the football, every man to the football, and they do a great job of that as Nordstrom comes off the field here. But still seeing him looking limber, you know, not a gimp on that left leg. Great to see for him as the future of the football season goes. Reedy with the carry around the right side. Minson tracks him down and brings him down at
Reedy
the line
on the
of
carry
scrimmage.
for the Heat, tracked down by number 66, Preston Minson. Bring up third down for the Heat, 3rd and 7.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for Rural Vista here. See what they dial up. Very young football team is Rural Vista. Obviously, on senior night, Canton-Galva with 9 seniors. A couple of them unable to go tonight. As Rural Vista goes wide receiver to the left, slot to the left, lone man in the backfield. It's going to be Reedy, and he gets the toss, going to try to cut it back. Minson is there to meet him at the line of scrimmage.
Reedy on the carry, brought down by number 66, Preston Minson.
They're going to give him 1 on the carry, so it's going to be 4th down and 6. Maltby struts back there to receive the punt. Last punt, he really didn't have a chance to go get. Kind of a line driver.
For the Heat from their own 24.
You have to wonder if Full Strap didn't talk to the coach and said, "Hey, if Jet's not going to be here, I want to return punts." They're like, "Okay, why not?" It's senior night. Be interesting to see if he gets any looks at the collegiate level. He's got a heck of a gun here. As Rural Vista says, "Let's go for it, baby." We've got
Check out I formation, wide receiver to the right. Going to go sweep to the right.
They're not going to get it.
Going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Reedy on the carry.
I have not seen that formation before, as there was no lineman to the left of the ball. It was everything to the right. Noah Collins in on the tackle for Canton-Galva.
And the Heat turn it over
And for
on
Coach
down.
Henry, I don't blame him for going for it there.
As, 10 from the Heat's
they
26.
they haven't had an answer yet for Canton-Galva on the offensive side. Hey, we just will try to keep it away from them and see if we can't get something going.
Yeah, you get that, kind of get the momentum going in your favor and see what you can make happen. But no, going back on Garrett, he's definitely been fun to watch here the last 3 years as a starter. Probably one of the best at the 8-man level. I'm going to say probably some of the best in the state at reading a defense. And, you know, the kid makes a pretty accurate pass, too.
Goes right there, and this one's going to make it in. Mastery is going to go touchdown. Right on cue. Maltby to Mastery there. As we talked about him, K-Prep's had him preseason, top 5 quarterbacks to watch in the state of Kansas on all levels. As the cheerleaders are throwing out T-shirts. Young man doesn't quite have the size, probably, as he barely gets to 6 foot, but throws an extremely accurate football, high football IQ. See what he does here as he goes under center. As Nordstrom's back in the backfield behind him. Mastery is going to get the pop pass to TJ, and he misses him in the back of the end zone with the Patrick Mahomes pop pass.
Just off the fingertips of TJ Kane. But with 4:46 left to go in the first, it's your Eagles 26 and the Heat 0.
So 26-0 here.
No, you kind of touched earlier in the broadcast about Coach Kleiman here last week with K-State having the bye week. Kind of a cool situation that we had here last week was come out with the high schoolers, and then on the outside of them we had the middle schoolers, and then on the outside of them the 5th and 6th grade football team. as we come walking out, Coach Kleiman was just sitting there in the parking lot and made sure to shake every one of the kids' hands, give them words of encouragement. Stopped and talked to him there shortly for a little while. And I mean, obviously everybody in the booth up here is biased. We all bleed purple, but can't say enough good things about the guy. Talking to him, I mean, we sat there probably 10 or 15 minutes and talked last Friday, and definitely hoping for some more success for K-State. I did talk to a couple of the kids to see how many of them knew who he actually was, and 3 or 4 of them definitely knew who he was. The other just thought he was some old guy in the parking lot.
No, we call it set deep, or set the kick
I'm
for the
sure
Eagles
Kleiman
back
just
deep
assumed
for the Heat.
have been recognized
Johnson
as some old
and
guy in the
Reedy.
parking lot. But, you know, I guess it really shocked me as Kleiman was at the Mays football game before the Iowa State game, an away game on Friday night, and with an open weekend, elected to come here to Canton-Galva and watch this squad play. So I don't know that he'd ever watched an 8-man contest before. But, yeah, it was a neat experience for our players as kickoff here. Another good one right down the middle, not fielded cleanly by Reedy. Maltby turns it up and then cleans it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Reedy on the
A
return,
guy
brought
of that
down
caliber
by
that
number
can be
3, Elaine
anywhere in the
McManus.
United States, and he comes to Canton, Kansas to watch an 8-man football game. It did pay off for him, though. Got to witness a little bit of history with Jet Vincent catching the 33rd interception of his career, setting the state record for all classes.
That's right, number 4, Jet Vincent, is sidelined tonight in street clothes. A little dinged up, taking the night off, but holds that record for interceptions, and you know, got a little more football to play this season. See if he can't extend that record as we go. Twins to the left, twins to the right. 3 down lineman of snap is fumbled, and TJ Kane, Johnny on the spot with a quarterback sack.
TJ Kane.
Yeah, if you're Rural Vista, I can appreciate wanting to try something different. But that defensive front right now has their ears pinned, and 3 linemen, 3 offensive linemen just simply can't handle this defensive front of Canton-Galva. Nobody in the backfield to help pick up the rush. Of course, that snap was low and mishandled there. But if I'm Coach Henry, I'm going to take that formation and say, let's play that one against somebody else. We're going to go tight formation here. Lone man in the backfield. Going to try to throw it.
Drops back to pass.
Has a man, McManus, and hustling there is going to be TJ Kane getting back, but a nice gain there.
Is complete.
I believe that was Reedy there coming from the tight end slot. Looked like a gain
TJ Kane for the Eagles.
About 7 or so. Looks like we're going to end up being 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that was a nice play there, and he was wide open. Good pass, quick pass. Didn't allow that defensive rush to get there. But again, we talked about TJ Kane and him being able to make it at that next level as he turned and made the play as he was rushing and then got back and made the tackle along with McManus. We're going to go, well, they didn't take my advice. We're going back to that formation. 3 offensive linemen against 3 defensive linemen with a middle linebacker. Nobody in the backfield to help him. The quarterback block. Holding right there on the end. They didn't call it. In all time of trouble. Tries to air it out deep. Shows off the gun. That would have been a quarterback sack if there would have been a hold. Or
it'll bring up
possibly. He still had to make the tackle. But
it didn't get called. Excuse me, it didn't get called, so that was not a hold, unfortunately.
Wyatt Collins walks over to the ref and is like, dude, what about that? he had a free release on a nice dip move, and offensive lineman had no choice but to hold there. But as you said, the flag is still in the pocket of the guy with the stripes, so it's not a hold. It's a good block. It's going to be 4th and 11. As Coach Henry appears that he could be calling a play here. And again, I don't blame him. As
going to go back here to the
another wild. This is a little more wild formation.
Trips to the right, single wide receiver to the left.
It's 3 offensive linemen and a blitz. An offensive pass interference that's not called, but the ball is well over the reach there.
Sanford's pass to Skelton falls incomplete, and it'll be Eagle football.
Skeldonson got an arm on McManus, and maybe their feet got tripped up. I apologize if I said it was an OPI. Again, it wasn't. Flag was still in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't know so much. I believe the feet may have got tangled up there a little bit, and Lane just come out
Eagles
on
football
the
first
short
and
end of
10
the stick.
from the Heat's 13.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. 13-yard line, excuse me. I'm 5 yards off. Going to go Twins right. Nobody in the backfield with Maltby. Look for a quarterback draw right here. Never mind. Well, we bragged on him all night long, and he goes and drops the
Maltby's
football.
pass to T.J. King falls incomplete.
It was bound to
It'll
happen.
bring up second down for the
talked
Eagles.
him up too much. And
The old announcer jinx will get you every time.
we talk a lot about TJ in football. I'm definitely excited to see how basketball is going to end up for him this year as well. Like I say, with that frame that he has, I know he's been working with Coach Larry O'Connor through our summer program, and then also the PGU that comes to Canton during the summer. Definitely improved on TJ's behalf.
McManus in the backfield. Mastery, wide receiver right. McManus is wide open, and he's going to catch it. Touchdown, Canton-Galva.
Touchdown, Eagles.
I said he was wide open, and he closed on him fast. What a beautiful pass by Garrett Maltby to Lane McManus for 6 points.
Yeah, for sure. I think Garrett could have had his pick of looked like Kaysen, TJ, or Lane. They all come open and kind of in that order. But nonetheless, score for the Eagles, 32-0 with 2:41 left in the first quarter. Let's see what happens here on the 2-point conversion.
Hey, look at this formation. That's my man Wyatt Collins as the fullback. Nordstrom at the tailback. Collins leading the way with a block.
Nordstrom on the
Ryder
carry, and
punches
the
it in.
two-point conversion is good. With 2:41 left to go in the first, it's your Eagles 34 and the Heat 0.
Collins was craving that. You could just see he's when he was in his three-point stance, he had a little extra weight on his front hand there. You knew that he was going to be the lead blocker there, and he didn't want to score. He wanted to open that hole up for his buddy, Ryder Nordstrom, and he did a great job of it. As Hoppus is talking to him, saying, hey, you might want to keep that. We might need that someday. Pretty good looking play.
Yeah, that's definitely not a spot you want to be in when you have Collins bearing down on you with Ryder running up his backside. It's
Kind of
not a very good look for you.
no, and kind of a Little River type football play, one that we haven't seen Canton-Galva run in probably the Hoppus era. Kind of that power, just
Smash mouth football.
downhill smash mouth football. Been more of a finesse, air it out kind of a football team. And that play right there is one that I believe Hoppus will circle as if we need 3 or 4 yards, let's try that one. As little brother Noah Collins sets to kick it off again with the left foot. Done an outstanding job into the wind all night long here.
Johnson and Reedy back deep to receive. Noah Collins kick for the Eagles.
Yeah, I know early on in the season we struggled a little bit converting 2-point conversions. I know that's kind of been a point Coach Hoppus and all the other coaches have made. Once we get to 6, we definitely want to finish it with another 2 points. So good to see here.
As that kick is short and covered at the 26 or 7-yard line. Yeah, we talked about the Little River contest last year. There was 2 of them. They were great. They were shootouts. And Canton-Galva scored more touchdowns, but were held the majority of the time on the 2-point conversions. Little River was able to convert almost all of their 2-point conversions and got them the victories in both football games.
Down
Sent
at
them
their
on to
own
the state
26.
contest.
It'll be their football
However,
first and 10
they
right
lost
there.
that contest, and they were beat up. That was that that game going into state. That was a physical contest, and a fun one to watch. Going to go wide receivers to the left, I formation. give is going to be right up the middle and stopped at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Kane and Fellas and company.
Ready on the carry,
With the tackle.
stood up by T.J. King.
Yeah, I tell you what, the last couple of years, football in McPherson
It'll be
County has
second
definitely been a
down.
lot of fun. The success that Little River's had, the success Canton-Galva's had, and then even going into 11-man with McPherson. I know they're 5-1 or 6-1, I believe, going down to Buhler, big-time rivalry game.
Hey, hold on. Shout out to Coach Pav, CG alum right there. Coach Pavlovich was played at Hayes, graced this beautiful field for a few years, many moon ago. Good job what you're doing over there, Coach Pav. Keep it up and continue with your thought.
But yeah, so like I say, McPherson's 6-1 to Buhler tonight. I know Buhler this year seems to be an off year for them compared to prior years. But I mean, Inman, they were #1 classification.
Picked off by Lane McManus. He could go all the way. Oh, we got a flag.
Unfortunately, we've got a penalty flag at about the 21 of the heat. I believe this one's coming back. It was after the interception, but I did see a block in the back there, unfortunately. So I'm going to say it's going to be Eagle ball on the heat side of the field, though.
Yeah, we saw Inman go down last week, but you continue your thought on McPherson County football. Absolutely, of course, Little River just as Little River and Canton-Galva's now dropped down to D2, but have been kind of the juggernaut in recent years in 8-man D1. And then, yeah, McPherson has done some great
Illegal
things.
block in the back is the call
Inman
against
went
the
down.
Eagles.
Yeah, Inman
That's going to
making it
take
for the state
the
championship game
touchdown
last
off
year.
the
Little River
scoreboard.
as well.
10-yard spot foul.
That championship game
Eagles
just seemed
football
to
first
elude
and 10
McPherson
from the
for,
Heat 37.
past couple years, but yeah, definitely good things going over there with CG alum Jace Pavlovich as the head coach.
Yeah, and you know, to further that, you know, Stuffle being up there at K-State, Struber at K-State, you know, some of these McPherson County kids making it on to the next level at the highest mark in the next level as well. A lot of kids playing college ball. So
Yeah, you've kind of got to, even if you're not a fan, you definitely have to give it up for the local kids, and especially the small town kids that may not get as many looks as, say like the Mazes or the Wichita schools.
he's got McManus. He's going to haul it in.
Pass to McManus is complete.
He didn't get it on the pick six, but he got it from his old buddy Garrett Maltby. Lane McManus.
That was another one of those. I think Garrett could have had his pick of whoever he wanted to throw to. Definitely had Ryder open on the dig route here to the near side of the field. Kaysen was open as well, I believe. But yeah, I think he kind of felt for Lane not getting that pick six and decided to take it back.
Hey, we're getting a little preview. Says this one's drawn up a little bit special. McManus to the right, Mastery to the left. Oh, we're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a timeout. Timeout, Eagles.
Timeout,
Hey, how about a
Eagles.
shout out to the big fellows up front on that last pass play to McManus. Maltby had all kinds of time, no pressure, the cleanest pocket we've ever seen. Looked like the pocket had been washed by the Tide Ultra detergent there because it was super clean. Had his pick of receivers, threw a beautiful pass to the wide open Lane McManus. And I'm going to give a shout out to one of my buddies, Mr. Braden Coons, who led Conway Springs into Inman last week and went off. He's a fellow calf roper that Lane calf ropes against. And Mr. Coons did have himself a game. Got him a shout out by Sports in Kansas on the Twitter and on the Facebook for his efforts. I believe he had 3 offensive tugs and a pick six, and that win over then, I believe, #1 ranked Inman.
Yeah, they were, I think they started off preseason #1 and carried that title up until last week.
We're going to go twins to the left, 1 to the right, and we've got a flag here. Well, this 2-point conversion is taking it a little bit to get done.
Offsides is a call against the Heat. Half the distance to the goal, and we'll retry the
the
extra
1.5
point.
yard line here, make it a little bit easier. Eagles remain in the same formation. In motion is
Motion
TJ
to the
Kane.
right.
Nordstrom in motion. It picked off here.
Yeah, trying to get the big fella, the
Maltby's
senior number
fastball's
66,
incomplete,
Preston
but with
Benson, get him a
127 left to
two-point
go in the
conversion.
first, it's your Eagles 40.
Gave him a shout out
and the Heat
earlier.
0.
The line giving Garrett plenty of protection. That was Preston Benson, Noah Collins, Wyatt Collins, and TJ Kane. That four-man front is one like you will not see very often in 8-man. They have plenty of size, a decent amount of speed, and it's definitely giving Garrett plenty of time there to get the ball off.
You know, when we started, if you've been with our broadcast all season long, we touched on it at the beginning of the season, that the offensive line was going to be looked at as maybe one of the weak spots of this Canton-Galva football team, as Mastery awesome at the wide receiver spot, Vincent awesome at the wide receiver spot, you know, Nordstrom great at the tailback spot. Of course, we can't say enough great things about Garrett Maltby at the quarterback spot. So, therefore, if you're going to find a weakness, it wasn't at any of those locations, so it had to be the offensive line. And really, they were somewhat inexperienced. They have came a long ways, and they look like a well-oiled machine right now, a great unit. Tonight, for sure, they're providing great holes for the tailbacks to run through, and just phenomenal protection for Garrett Maltby at the quarterback position. As again, we're going to go left foot, 1:27 to go in this opening quarter, 40-0 Canton-Galva.
Yeah, when you go through and say that is your weak spot on
Noah
offense,
Collins
that
set the
is
kick
definitely
for the
not
Eagles.
Yeah, not a slight
a
to
bad
them.
thing. Yeah, I mean, we have the skills player that the Eagles have. And it's definitely made possible by that front line.
Absolutely, a nice kick again here. This one's fielded. That's number 9, Johnston with the
Johnston on the
kickoff
return for the Heat.
Going to get it to
Brought
the
down
25.
by number 6, Garrett Maltby.
Maltby with the tackle for the Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 24.
It'll be Heat football, 1st and 10 from their own 24.
Wind at their back. Coach Henry, let's see what he's got in the playbook, as he has shown multiple formations here. Really the best play that they've had was that little quick pass to the tight end, 5 yards deep, and a little in route. They go I formation here. Belly.
Dive to the left, brought down by Nick Evans. We'll call that a gain of about 3, I believe.
That's right.
Reedy on the carry, brought
You know,
down by
you
Nick
talk about
Evans for the Eagles.
some size on the Eagle line. The Heat definitely have some size
Bring
on,
up 2nd
on
and
their
6
side as
for
well.
the Heat.
Looks like number 65, Cody Brown, a 230-pound junior. Here on the near side end, 80, Grant Skelpson, I'm assuming. I apologize if that is
It's
incorrect.
Skelpson. I believe the E is silent. Yeah, that's a good-looking player. We've seen him out there.
That is a 185-pound freshman. You give him a couple years experience.
That's going to be a false start there.
You give that number 80 a couple years experience and some size, and he may be a force to be reckoned with.
I think he's part of the reason why that junior high team was as successful as they were last year.
Paul starts the call against the Heat. Be 5-yard penalty. Bring up 2nd and 11 for the Heat.
Yeah, like I said before, we definitely kind of got two contrasting teams here. The Eagles with a slew of seniors. The Heat, not so much, but they definitely have some underclassmen that do look promising for sure.
Quarterback keep here rolling out. Going to be pressured by TJ Kane. That should be an intentional grounding.
Sanford's pass falls incomplete.
But it's not.
He may have been just
It'll bring up 3rd
just
down,
outside
3rd
of the
and
box, just
11 for the Heat.
box, I believe.
Let's give it to him.
I didn't pay attention to that one, but when you only have 3 down linemen,
It's
that tackle box isn't very big.
That's right. You don't have to roll very far to be outside of the box there. But a good play nonetheless by Sanford. He was under heavy pressure and just got rid of it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. The good-looking freshman, number 80, Skelbison, Skelton, excuse me, wide receiver to the left. Reedy in the backfield behind Sanford. 3rd and 11. The pitch is going to be to Reedy. He's looking to pass. He's got his man closing. Oh, going to be out of bounds. Maltby was going to get there.
Reedy's pass to Skelton falls incomplete.
Skelton got released.
It'll bring up 4th down.
Good-looking pass there, just a little bit outside. Fell about a half yard out of bounds, but
that's one that will be talked about in the Canton-Galva film room. As McManus came up to make the tackle. When he did so, Skelton was left wide open, but, excuse me, Maltby was closing over there. Had the ball been put on the money, he might have been able to get there in time to break it up. Going to go for it on 4th and 11. Rural Vista again going with the 3-down offensive lineman, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody else in the backfield besides Sanford. All out. Here comes a blitz, too. They're sending 4 guys against 3. All is going to be over everybody.
Sanford's pass to Reedy falls incomplete, and the Heat will turn it over on downs. It'll be Eagle football.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for Canton-Galva with 25 ticks on this opening period. Oh, I don't blame Coach Henry for going for it on 4th down, as Rural Vista really hasn't had an answer for this Canton-Galva offense. And a couple plays here that were close to working in that last series.
Eagles football 1st and 10 from the Heat 23.
They got 5 yards on that first play and then gave it up on that false start. Give is going to be to
Nordstrom on the
Ryder Nordstrom, and he's going to trot into the end zone for Canton-Galva. That's the 2nd one on the night for the senior. Great to see for him. But again, the big fella's up front opening a large hole for him to go through. Like Roseanne Barr could have fit through that one.
yeah, there's definitely no deciding where to run on that. Ryder had plenty of space. Take her in for a touchdown for the Eagles.
Nick Evans is going to get himself a 2-point
Nick
conversion.
Evans on the carry for the Eagles.
And senior night continues for Canton-Galva.
With 20 seconds left to go in the first. It's your Eagles 48 and the Heat 0.
It's 48-0 here with 20 ticks on the clock. Well, Rural Vista, we've seen some things from them. Of course, we kind of knew coming into this contest that Rural Vista was young. And Canton-Galva is senior heavy. These guys have played a lot of football, had a lot of success. Rural Vista's, they've shown some things here that they've obviously got something that they can build on. They've got numbers.
Yeah, for sure. And those past couple pass plays are real close to being completions and getting them some yardage, and I think they're going to have to go away from trying to run it up the gut. Like I say, with the down lineman on defense, the Eagles seem to plug the hole pretty quick.
Let's see what they, I mean, obviously the contest is at 48-0,
Eagles back deep to receive
out
for the
of reach,
Heat, Johnston
essentially,
and
but
Reedy.
Still, you don't see them hanging their heads over there.
No, they definitely got fight in them still. That's a good thing to see.
Have the opportunity here to continue to build on your program, continue to work on your plays, and just see what kind of fight you got in you. With some air under this one.
Kick.
Fielded cleanly. The ball almost looked like it came out, did not. I believe Camden Cruzy in on the tackle
Johnston
for
on the return,
Canton-Galva.
brought down
Freshman,
by number 40,
number 40.
Camden Cruzy.
And the crowd goes wild for the freshman.
You talk about another kid there that, as a freshman,
It's Heat
his
football
parents
first and
definitely
10
have the
from their own
stature for
30.
him to be definitely interesting as he gets older. He's not the biggest kid out there right now, but if he grows into his parents' shoes, he'll definitely be fun to watch when he comes a senior.
Mom was a track star for Fort Hays. Dad was a football star up in the northeastern part of the state, and he has a frame.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Ball is on the ground. Going to be covered up there. Sanford gets on
Sanford covers up the fumble.
Yeah, Camden's dad
It'll bring up second down.
played up in northeastern Kansas, Hanover,
at Hanover.
Second
yes.
and
which
long for the
I
Heat.
don't believe that they have slacked off much since he was there.
No, a perennial excellent football team. However, I believe
And
this
that's the
year
end
is
of the
kind of a
first
little bit of a
quarter.
down year for them.
It's your Eagles 48.
It's
and the
48
Heat
to nothing.
0.
Canton-Galva as the first quarter comes to a close. But yeah, back on the freshman 40, Mr. Cruzy. The genetics are sure there for him to be a large force. Great to see him get in on the tackle there on that kickoff.
Well, we got a little time here. I'm going to go through and name off our senior football players this year. Number 2, Kason Mastery, a 6 foot, 163 pound senior. Number 4, he is in street clothes. Jet Vincent, 6'3", 183 pound senior. Number 6, Garrett Maltby, a 5'11", 171 pound senior. Number 12, Walker Nightingale, 6 foot, 142 pound senior. I believe this is Walker's first year of going out for football, so good to see him out. Number 23, Brayson Alcala, a 5'10", 142 pound senior. He's one that we'd mentioned earlier. The last couple of years have not been very kind to him. Been struck with some unfortunate injuries, but
Good athlete, great athlete.
yeah, for sure. Like I say, we've had a couple of them that have had some pretty poor luck with injuries, and Brayson's definitely one of them. Number 24, Nick Evans, 5'7", 135 pounds of chiseled granite.
Yes, it is.
Number 25, TJ Kane, a 6'4", 204 pound senior. Number 30, Ryder Nordstrom, been dinged up past couple years. Good to see him back out there, 5'6", 166 pound senior. And rounding them out, number 66, Preston Minson, a 5'11", 250 pound senior.
215 pounds, and he hits that weight room pretty hard. Throws quite a little bit of that weight around, and in there, strong young man, and has really came on this season. I've been very impressed with what he's done. As I don't know what the conversation with the refs are, but it's the first time really we played much football in this half of the football field. Ball is broken up there.
Sanford's pass to Reedy falls incomplete.
Reedy,
Gonna bring
but
up third down.
Wyatt Collins in on that deflection. I believe he got a hand on that. Going to bring up third and long for the Heat.
You talk about the weight room, like I said earlier, it is definitely interesting to see how everyone has progressed under Coach Tyler O'Connor's tutelage. Not only does it show off here in the football field, but when it comes state powerlifting time, the Eagles definitely seem to show out, and seems to be one of those things, once you kind of get the ball rolling, things just kind of take off for themselves, and success follows.
Yeah, tight formation here on third down. Going to give right up the middle, not going very far. Canton-Galva stuffs it at the line of scrimmage, maybe give him one. Minson again on the tackle for Canton-Galva. Yeah, you talked about that, of course. Huge accolades to Coach Shelby Hoppus, of course, his brother Zach. And then your brother Ted Butt and Jared Nightingale, the junior high coach that helps on the Friday nights. But really, Coach O'Connor helps when he came to the program and what he's been able to do in that weight room. As we're going for it again on, well, maybe
Call it 4th and 18.
Coach O'Connor just does great things for these guys. Errant snap. We're going to get it aired out. It's going to be picked off unfortunately, by Lane McManus. That is better than a punt, essentially.
I see a flag down there.
There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, like you said, that's actually probably benefits the Heat a little bit better.
That's a 25-yard no flag, just a errant flag, but that's a 25-yard.
We're calling the flag off. It's Eagle football.
25-yard change of field position there by that interception. But
yeah, for sure. If he just knocks it down, it's half the distance to the goal. We're on the, call it 20, but instead Lane McManus with an interception.
Eagle
Gonna be
football,
first and 10
from their
the
own 36.
Eagle 36.
Well, we'll see what Canton-Galva does here as bring in the thick package as Isa Marston comes in for the line, or another offensive lineman. McManus is going to trot off to the right. Looks like Mastery's going to go over there with him. Looking at the sidelines here for the play call. McManus in the slot position. Mastery wide out to the right. TJ Kane's the wide receiver, the tight end. Looking for TJ Kane. He's got him wide open. There's those beautiful hands we're talking about.
Touchdown.
Touchdown to the tight end. That is so hard to defend.
You know what, I don't know how many people noticed that. I definitely was caught off guard a little bit there. Garrett with a little stumble, like he was going to maybe go for a quarterback draw. I don't know if that happened to bring the safety up, but yeah, TJ Kane on the release from the tight end position goes in for a score.
You know, last week on the call, Garrett Maltby at the quarterback position had me faked out about half a dozen times. Just excellent ball handling skills with the play action fake, as the 2-point conversion is pending here. It's going to send.
I think we got to try to get Walker a score
Walker
here.
in motion. Walker, the senior, is going to get 2 points for himself.
Walker Nightingale on the 2-point conversion, and it's good.
Just right.
With 11:03 left to go in the second, it's your Eagles 56 and the Heat 0.
Unless I'm mistaken, I believe Preston Minson is the only one that has not been involved in a score. Garrett Maltby, I do not believe has ran one in, but he's definitely been part of throwing a couple touchdowns. But be interesting to see what Coach Hoppus draws up. I know they had the one play there down on the south end zone trying to get Preston a score on a 2-point conversion, but definitely sharing the love tonight.
Yeah, it's fun to see, get everybody involved on the Canton-Galva side. And you know, Rural Vista here, it's a gut check time as they trail in this contest 56-0 as the second quarter is just underway. As Coach Hoppus has vacated the coaching box. Looks like he's trotting off a bunch of trotting out some clean unis out here for this kickoff. So we got the wind at his back. Collins is still going to be kicking. The left-footed kicker, Noah Collins, just a sophomore is he. But he is not flanked by very large humans behind him here. So Reedy back there, but I believe now in the back field is Skelton.
Back deep for the
back
Heat.
to receive here.
Set
So the
for
freshman
Eagles,
for the
Noah
Heat,
Collins,
who hasn't had a lot of plays go his way, but just in observing the football game, he's a football player. It's like a bunch of freshmen out there. Clean hats, fresh legs, and the ball falls off the tee. So we're going to have to get it teed up, strike up the band again.
We'll see Camden Cruzy on the far side. Looks like Case and Mastery. Joey Ratzlaff, Lane McManus, Nick Evans, number 35, Jaden Barnett, and number 12, Walker Nightingale, all on the kickoff.
The ball is mishandled. There, he's just going to go down. It was four Eagles converging on that.
Johnston covers that up for the Heat. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Heat.
Be 1st and 10 at about the 20, I believe. Good to see some of those youngsters getting in for Canton-Galva. Rural Vista going with the tight formation here. Fullback, tight end, or excuse me, tailback in the I formation. Gibbs going to be right up the middle and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Minson and Collins in on the tackle for the Eagles.
Reedy on the carry, stopped by Minson and Collins for the Eagles.
Just seemed to plug it off real quick. It'll be
It'll bring up
second
second down, 2nd and 8 for the Heat.
8
Pickup of
for
2.
Vista.
Hey, stay tuned. After the halftime, we'll have a little bit of a halftime intermission, and I believe we're going to just go into a JV game, and we'll stay with you right here on the broadcast for that. So in case you were wondering, we will stay right here on the call with the live stream. Again, shout out to the broadcast crew and Canton-Galva Broadcasting. Go follow them on Twitter and the Facebook. Does a great job keeping everybody up to date on what's going on, not only with Canton-Galva, but other area sports activities as well. Give us to Reedy. It's going to be brought down by Collins. You can see the quarterback for the Rural Vista Heat waiting to call.
It's 3rd down
for the ball until the referee back here in the backfield signals 10 seconds to go in the play clock. So Rural Vista's just saying, we're going to keep fighting, but we're going to try to run a little bit of this clock off. Keep this baby moving. Isa Marston in at the nose now for Canton-Galva.
I know we had touched base earlier on the Little Rivers and the Hanovers and Canton-Galvas. Everybody wants to be on the, everybody wants to be a winner, but the Heat here, being down 56-0, still are not giving up. Definitely got a lot of heart.
Tough run right there by Reedy. Joey Ratzliff in on the tackle.
Got a young group of kids, and I think their future definitely looks promising.
Hey, I mention all the time about Coach Kaufman and what all he's got going on with this crew. How about a shout out to the guys on the canvas tonight, Mr. Gavin Barnett and Trevor Erskine. Appreciate you fellows bringing us the great angles and all the hard work getting this set up, tearing it down. This multimedia class, Coach Kaufman and I have talked about it multiple times. He's got a waiting list to get into this class. Does great things, and it would not be possible without the support from our friends at HCI, bringing us the fiber here. All that they do for Canton-Galva community, as well as all the surrounding communities that they service. We want to say thank you to our friends at HCI. Quarterback draw right here on 4th down is going to get the 1st down for the Heat.
Sanford on a carry.
A hard run by number 1, Coden Sanford, as a freshman.
Result of the play is a
freshman's
first down
been all the
Heat.
way at quarterback.
1st and 10 from their own 31.
So again, it's something for this Heat team to build on. And he's been a gamer.
Yeah, for sure, 160-pound freshman, running the ball up the middle like he's
a fullback.
For sure.
Eagles tied at the line of scrimmage here as kind of a shovel pass is going to get stuffed by Nick Evans, and Isa Marston's jacked up about it.
Reedy on the carry, brought down by number 57, Isa Marston.
Yeah, talking about the multimedia class, I know we talked earlier about the senior night tonight. Did you see the video that they had put together? It was on the Facebook page earlier today with all the seniors and their videos throughout their career.
Yeah, we did. And in fact, Kaufman played it here after the seniors were introduced and played it on the broadcast. And that was a well-produced, well done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one of those things that if it don't put some goosebumps on your skin or.
Same play, but we're going to have a quarterback keep here. Kind of a fake pitch, follow the fullback.
Sanford on the keeper, brought down by number 16, Jory Ratzliff.
Ratzliff in on the tackle for the Eagles. Yeah, once you have kids try, that senior night deal is a whole lot different.
3rd and 9 for the Heat.
Yeah, to be honest, watching that today brings back some old memories. Kind of wish you could still go out there and strap on the pads and play one more time, but instead, 19 years later, sitting up here in the box, announcing the game.
Yeah, I'll lace them up. Yeah, you can lace them up tomorrow, buddy. Good luck tomorrow with the coaching as the 5th and 6th grade team travel to Lincoln Tesket to take on the Chargers up there
Yeah,
Hey, and then we will be right here, that multimedia class, talk about them. They are going to broadcast championship weekend, so 4 games of 5th and 6th grade football right here next weekend at Margrether Stadium will be broadcast on this channel. As we go quarterback keep right up the middle, going to be stopped after a gain of 2. There's a flock of Eagles in on that one.
Yeah, so actually traveling to Clyde
Sanford on the
Clyde
carry.
tomorrow to
Brought down by 57,
play
Isom
Lincoln
Marston.
Teskett
It's
through the
4th
Central
down.
Kansas Football League, sponsored by Sharp Performance out of Salina. It's definitely something that I believe since we have put in place here at Canton-Galva has paid dividends as those boys go on to high school. And I believe a couple of your nephews were in the initial class of that. Is that correct?
They were 5th graders on the inaugural 5th and 6th grade class. Ended up with one of them got him a ring out of the deal as they were part of that. Or Keaton, who's usually on the call with me, was part of that championship team. Absolutely, shout out! I would give it shout out to my brother, who was very instrumental in getting that program started, and continues to work with that program as Rural Vista has taken a timeout. But yeah, you talk about that program and what it means to those youngsters, just developing the fundamentals. And while your season hasn't quite gone the way that you want it to, as far as the wins and losses, but teaching those kids how to play football the right way, I think it's paying huge dividends. And the boys seem to be having fun, and you kind of seem to have found a groove last week in a tough-fought game, a game that you came out on with another one in the L column, unfortunately, but maybe in my mind came out with a W in how your boys, how the young men were playing.
Yeah, most definitely. That's kind of what we talked about after the game. Was this was actually the first game, actually the best game that we ever played so far was our first one this year, and kind of ended up trending downhill ever since. But no, come back to last Saturday, definitely was a step moving forward, and had the discussion with some of them and my son especially. I said, nobody's going to remember winning the Central Kansas Football League for 5th and 6th grade, but you go on and get better. And
the ball is on the ground, it's going to be turned over on downs here.
Snap there. But no, you go on and get better.
There's
and
a
I know
fumble
Coach
on the
Nightingale
snap,
has made the
recovered by
comment
Heat.
of
But they still turned it over on
having
downs.
kids
It's
come
1st
in at
and
the
10,
middle school
Eagle
level,
football.
ready to play, knowing the system, and just seems to shave so much of the learning curve off. Ended up going 5-2 this year, I believe, on the middle school level, and so then that just pays dividends, rolls forward on into the high school.
Yeah, I'm getting messages from the crowd that we've had some young ladies go through that 5th and 6th grade program that have went on to play at least at the junior high level. One of those being Camden Cruzy's little sister, who started as a 7th grader this year for that 5-2 football program. And you have to wonder if maybe just the fun that they're having, the learning of the football at that 5th and 6th grade level, didn't encourage her to go on out. As a give here is
Number 34, Jaden
Jaden
Barnett,
Barnett.
on the carry for the Eagles. He's brought down by Reedy. Going to bring up
in there.
2nd down.
Yeah, like we talked earlier, I mean, once everybody, you start seeing success
2nd and 5 for the Eagles.
getting in the win column, it makes everybody else want to go out and try out a little bit harder and maybe work a little bit harder in the weight room, and just kind of getting that ball rolling from the get-go may be the hard thing, but definitely been fun the last couple of years here to watch football field at, the football team at Margrether
Tough
Stadium.
stick here. That's number 54, bringing the thunder. That's
Barnett on
Gavin
the
Carson
carry.
for the Heat.
Brought down by
One of
number
the best hits we've
54,
seen all
Carson
night.
for
For sure, the
Heat.
195-pound
It's 3rd down.
sophomore. Like I said, this Heat team could be somebody to deal with here in the coming years.
Yeah, they're going to. I don't know how many wins they've got this year, but next year they will have more, and the following year they will have more. This is an up-and-coming football program, an up-and-coming football team, and again, the fight hasn't left this team, as noted right there, as Gavin Carson says, you're not going any further. It's going to be 3rd down, one of the first 3rd downs that the Canton-Galva Eagles squad has faced all night. Barnett's going to get the give. He's going to have the corner. Barnett
On the carry for the Eagles.
lowers his shoulder. Doesn't get brought down, but it gets
He's
ran out of bounds.
But not before he catches 22 yards on the play. Good for an Eagles.
It's like down to about the Rule Vista 9-yard line.
That Barnett kid, he's a gamer. We watched him as an 8th grader on a squad that Nightingale had very short numbers.
Eagle football first and goal
they
from
were
their
getting beat,
Heat
and
9.
Barnett never hung his head and would fly to the football. I look for him to be a free safety next year and do great things on the defensive side, showing that he is not scared to mix it up after a very tough hit by the linebacker just to play it go, gets the corner and gets 22 yards. They're going to give it to him again. He's going to get brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, 5'9", 122. He
Barnett on a carry.
definitely was not afraid
for the Heat.
Running the last 2
It'll bring
plays
up second down.
Nice play there by number 81, Eflin of the Rural Vista Heat. Get a tackle for loss for him. Both teams here have elected to slow down the pace of the football game, run some clock. And in a game that started off with the seniors being showcased here has brought the youngsters in as Barnett is still in the backfield as the running back to the left of Garrett Maltby. Casey Mastery wide to the right. Give is going to be Barnett. He's going to scamper into the end zone. First career touchdown for him at the varsity level. Nice run. Nice blocking up front again by the Canton-Galva offensive line.
Quite a show of speed there for Jaden Barnett. That brings us to 62-0 with 2:04 left in the first half.
As McManus comes in for Barnett here for this 2-point conversion. All right, look here. Minson is not under center, or at the center position. I'm going to say that there's a chance.
I would definitely look for him to
number 66 on the
get
left
a touch
end.
here.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Minson is
There it
there.
is.
He's got it. Oh, broken up and almost intercepted. Nice break up.
Mulvey's pass to Minson falls incomplete, and the 2-point
In on the
conversion
break
fails. But with 2:04 left to go in the second, it's your Eagles 62 and the Heat 0.
That was a good pass breakup. I couldn't get the number on that, but a good job there by the Rural Vista Heat to break that 2-point conversion up and keep the senior Minson out of the score column. As he's getting coached up by Nightingale on the sideline. Then, dude, you got to make that diamond, okay?
Gave him 2 chances and he come up short on both of them. So.
Well, we appreciate the sponsors that make this happen, led off by our friends at Home Communications Incorporated, HCI out of Galva. Of course, we can't say enough about the broadcast crew, the production crew, led up by Coach Kaufman and his crew. And some of the guys that don't get thanked very much, like our EMS crew for being on standby, as well as Canton's finest, Mr. Barnett, and all of the production crew, like you said, the guys that keep the field so beautiful. The guys over there running the sticks, the referees that give up their nights to come out and ref these games. We just want to say thank you to each and every one of them for making this happen. Friday Night Lights, baby, there is nothing like it. Hey, we got a different kicker. Nightingale set to kick. Walker Nightingale with a nice right foot. Going to be fielded cleanly. That's going to be the freshman. Skelton with the return up to about the 28-yard line.
Skelton on the return, but down by
Pretty
number
good looking
24,
kick
Nick
by
Evans.
Mr. Nightingale.
Scratch that, 34, Aiden Koppel.
Freshman Aiden Koffeld in on the tackle for the Eagles.
Go.
First and 10 for the Heat at their own 29.
Hey, one guy we haven't mentioned, he's over there. You can't see him in the camera. But if you see kind of a skinny looking fit dude in a black jacket and gray pants, salt and pepper hair, as we have a quarterback going to toss left, going to pick up 5 there. But I'm talking about Dr. Brandon Trost.
Reedy on the carry, brought down
Out
by
of
number 3,
McPherson.
Lane McManus.
If you've got something that ails you, chiropractic work or muscle rehab, look him up. What a great human. We appreciate what he's doing for Canton-Galva Athletics.
Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Heat.
Just a great guy to be around and supports the
As we
youth
approach
of the
halftime, I do
community.
want to remind you we are
as well
going
as
to have a
one of the 4-H
halftime performance
supporters, too,
by
little
the
known
high school
fact.
cheerleaders. So be
Likes to
sure to
support
stick
the
around
4-H
for them.
kids.
And
So
then
we
after that, we're
appreciate
going to have
him
a
and all that he
couple
does
of 2 8-minute
for
running clock
Canton-Galva
quarters for the
Athletics.
JV
So go
teams.
support him. If you got something that's nicked up, ailing you, or just need your shoulder put back in place, some chiropractic work, you'll see Dr. Brandon Trost in McPherson. It's set to go here, 2nd and 6 for Rural Vista. 1:07 on the clock. Going to be a give and stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Collins, number 22, on the tackle.
Reedy on the carry, brought down by Collins for the Eagles.
You know, we haven't mentioned it. Number 34,
Gonna bring
Cole
up
Reedy,
3rd
that's a
and
football
4 for
player.
the
He's a
Heat.
freshman as well. So this freshman class of Rural Vista, starting quarterback, starting tailback, got him a wide receiver in Skeldson, all freshmen. The majority of the guys that we're calling out here on this call are freshmen, so an up-and-coming football program, and guys getting some extremely valuable experience here. Going to be a force to be reckoned with in years to come. Going option. Oh, with a little oop-de-oop. It's cleaned up there. Collins running down the line of scrimmage. Kind of a dangerous play there by number 21, Logan Tate, a sophomore. As
Logan
he
Tate on the
faked
carry, ran out of bounds
faked
by
the
Collins
pitch
for
on
the
the
Eagles.
option. Put that ball out there away from his body.
And now
Able to
bring up
maintain
4th
it though. It's
and
fourth
3 for
fourth
the
and a
Heat.
long 3 with 8 seconds to go in this contest.
Yeah, like you say, you definitely have to give kudos to the Heat. 8 seconds left and show no signs of giving up. Heck of a run there by number 21, Logan Tate. Like you say, the sophomore 155-pounder. That he, I think he'd definitely be somebody to watch here next 2 years.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't show it here tonight, but Rural Vista, you guys got yourself a football team on the up and coming. Going to be fun to watch, as this is likely the last play of the game here. We will go to JV action after a 5-minute half as Sanford is running for his life. It's going to be, escapes the tackle, and now is going to be brought out of bounds as he is met at the sideline. By several
Sanford
Eagles.
on the scramble, and with that, the first half comes to an end, and it is the ball game. With your Eagles,
So on senior night,
62
Canton-Galva
and the Heat
Eagles
0.
victorious here. As we're going to go to half. We're not shaking hands. We're going to half and have a 5-minute half, I believe, on the clock. Just a short intermission at half, and we're going to go junior varsity with a running clock. So we'll just stay right here. We don't have anything better to do.
That's right.
I have to think, I kind of wonder what we're going to see from Rural Vista on the JV side, as their freshmen have went the length of this contest so far.
Yeah, I honestly don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of change on the Heat side. You know, they've got a
I
few.
don't know if you see what coach is
few
carrying
seniors
down
here.
there, but that is your district champion, Canton-Galva Eagles.
So as you see a celebration ensue in the end zone as Coach Hoppus brings in a trophy, another one for the case here that they can all put their mark on as the cheerleaders go. But really, that's not what these fellas are playing for.
And now for the
they're
halftime
excited for it.
performance.
But
First, I want to introduce your cheerleaders.
they've got something on their mind.
Yeah, that's just the first piece of the puzzle for this team.
Brindley, Becker,
Definitely looking to not end the night
Emma,
tonight.
Herrera,
Be interested to see who we end up playing. I
and your
believe it'll be
senior
next
captain,
Friday in the
Brecken
regional
Pearson.
game. I did try to go through and look at the bracket. I couldn't quite make out, or can't remember exactly who it was, but like I say, definitely nice to have that one on the wall, but it's not hopefully not the last one for this year. I know it's not going to be. The boys won't be happy if that's the way it is anyhow.
That's correct, and I don't have a clue. You know, this is all a new league essentially for us going in. A lot of the teams that we played so far were familiar foes with the Weak State League and so on. However, going forward, it's all going to be new teams, and really the coaches got to figure out what they're going to do with that. You know, get new film, see tendencies and such.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of one of the challenges that the coaching staff had this year was a lot of these teams we obviously haven't played in the past couple of years. We didn't really know a whole lot about. So yeah, it's definitely been a challenge for the coaching staff that by no surprise they've succeeded at. Can't brag enough for the coaching staff that we have here at Canton-Galva. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out.
As senior Brecken Pearson, cheerleader, showcasing her talents. Young lady with an awesome attitude about life. We'll just step aside with our mouth and enjoy the halftime entertainment here.
Ladies and gentlemen, put it on your cheerleaders one more time.
Well, we've got 16 minutes of football left to play here. We're going to run 2 running clock, from what I understand, 2 running 8-minute quarters, running clock of JV football. Get some of the youngsters in for both squads. However, the youngsters have been playing for Rural Vista, so it'll be fun to see. About 2 minutes away from that. Yeah, I don't know how.
I would, looking at the current standings of the districts right now, and this is nothing to hang your hat on, but it appears that we would more than likely play Scandia Pike Valley High School.
Yeah, and we don't know. Does it say, does East travel west or?
I would think that we would be at home, being the top seed in the bracket.
And then, but at some point it goes east to west, right?
Yeah, and I'm not for sure exactly
West,
when that happens, but yeah, the way that I read the bracket as of at least the standings right now, we are District 2, number 1, so we would play District 4, number 4, which would end up being Scandia Pike Valley. But like I said, it's nothing to put print on the presses, I guess you could say.
Joey Brackets, you are not, sir. As senior Ryder Nordstrom brings the trophy over to the sideline, flanked by his buddy Preston Minson. Hey, great to see Ryder tonight, though. Didn't play a lot, but the snaps that he did have, he looked, I'm not going to say he was 100%, but he wasn't gimpy. And he was explosive through the hole, carrying the football. So great to see him able to get out there, game it on senior night as the rest of the season here.
Yeah, for sure he may not have had the quantity that he would have liked, but definitely had quality runs.
Very explosive through the hole. And again, the big fellas up front, they don't get mentioned very often. But without them, none of the rest of it happens. It looks like Aiden Perez is snapping to Joey Ratzlaff, warming up here, so. the pep band plays in the background. Miss McKenna does a great job with the limited numbers that she has in that band. Perez is going to need to get that snap down a little bit.
Eagle fans, put it on your pep band one more time. And one more reminder, I hope to see each and every one of you here right in this very spot next Friday night in Margreater Stadium. State football is going to begin.
As we hear from the PA addresser, so I don't know. I mean, he's the mayor of Canton. I don't know if he's accurate or not, but he's saying we're playing right here at Margreater Stadium. It'll be live on this YouTube broadcast as well. We'll go, and then we'll turn around on Saturday and play championship weekend with the 5th and 6th grade Central Kansas League, as you mentioned before, by Sharp Performance, sponsoring that, running that program. We'll have 4 football games here Saturday starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you just like watching youth football, come on down, make the trip to Canton and watch as that championship game is going to be, I think, pretty good.
This is going to be
Osborne beat Victoria in the regular season.
Looks like they need football.
They'll
We're
be
going
coming
to get
in
started first and 10
in all
from their own
likelihood
30.
playing for the league championship as we are underway here. Number 11 is that quarterback, and the give is going to go right up the middle, and a nice run there.
Run by number 34, Cole Reedy. We saw him a lot in the varsity
Reedy
game.
on the carry, brought
Like
down
I
by
say,
number 34, Aiden Koffel.
With this young
Bring up
Heat
first
squad,
and 10 for the Heat.
I wouldn't expect this 5th quarter or JV game, as you may call it, to go quite the same way for the Eagles. They've Heat have, like I said, we've talked plenty about them. They have plenty of young athletes, promising athletes, so it's could be interesting.
Going to have a flag here. It's going to in the vicinity of a hold.
Logan Tate on the carry for the Heat.
Tate carries the football.
There's a flag on the play.
Ratcliffe ran him out of bounds, as well as Walker Nightingale.
Walker Nightingale was on the tackle.
Going to have a hold. It'll be
Holding is the
first and
call
20.
against the Heat. Be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and we'll replay first down.
You know, honestly, going through the roster here, the seniors and the upperclassmen that I do see, like there's a handful of them that I do recall seeing out there during the varsity game, but I don't think the squad for Rural Vista looks much different.
No, they've got a different quarterback. I believe it's number 11. I believe that's actually number 10 on our program. Nathan Trainer is going at the quarterback spot. Going to go run left here. Going to be turned up inside. Going to be stopped in the backfield by the Eagles. Well defended there by the JV squad.
Reedy on the carry, brought down by number 16, Jory Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe again on the tackle for the Eagles. So it's second down and 20 to go. As the wind has picked up here out of the
second down
south.
for the Heat.
So the Heat are going into a stiff breeze here. Again, it's going to be a running clock. So we've just got 16 minutes of football. And great for these programs, coaches, to come together and say, hey, let's do this. Again, this Rural Vista Heat. We're going to air it out. He's got a man wide open. Number 81, Ian Eflin, is going to be tackled. What a hustle play there by Walker Nightingale to track him down at the goal line. I thought he had 6 there, but the hustle play by number 12, Walker
Great effort
Nightingale.
by number 12, Walker Nightingale on the tackle.
Going to bring him down at the 3-yard line.
It'll bring up first and goal for the Heat.
First and goal from the 3.
Another good example there of not giving up. I was with you. I definitely thought that was going to be a score. Walker tracked him down, stopped him 2 yards short. So
they made a great tackle, open field from behind tackle here. We'll see what the big fellows, if they can put together a push. Trainer, that quarterback here is going to going to go right up the middle, and I believe they're going to give him the touchdown there.
Number 21,
Logan Tate on the carry for the Heat.
Touchdown
Touchdown
about him
Heat.
there at the tail end of the second quarter.
Hey, we're going to give a shout out to our friend Joe Allen, who does remarkable things for this Canton-Galva community. He owns the locker plant here. And the reason I'm giving him a shout out is because I smell a hot dog being eaten by our clock man up here. And that if you've not had a hot dog, it's a Fantastil hot dog from Emporia that he sells up here at the locker plant, and they are delicious. They are worth coming to a football game to get one of those hot dogs. So, again, if you're going to have a family feast, or we're going with a swinging gate type of a formation, they're just not spread out. We're going everybody to the right of the football. We're going to have a delay of game here.
Delay of game is a call against the Heat.
Yeah, about that hot dog, looking at it here, this isn't your run-of-the-mill, the size of a penny. That thing, I think that could cover up a $half for sure.
That is a quarter-pound hot dog, I believe, cooked. That is, and it's got flavor. It is a delicious hot dog. So if you're going to, camping season's about over, but if you're going to have a backyard barbecue, we'll see our friend Joe Allen. And, hey, Thanksgiving's coming. Let's start a new tradition. Oh, blowing it up the middle. It's going to be wide open. Going to miss his man, Eflin.
Trainer's pass
Dylan
falls
Cherry coming through on the
incomplete, and
blitz.
the two-point conversion fails.
Overran it a little bit there, but two-point conversion failed.
There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, we're going to call him offsides on Dylan Cherry, I believe.
And I'd like to see us start a new tradition for
Offsides is a call
Thanksgiving.
against the Eagles.
How about go up there to Canton Lockers and get some
I
of those
think they'll put
steaks?
the ball back where it originally started, and we're going to retry one more time.
No more turkey for Thanksgiving. Everybody eat a ribeye. Get them from Joe Allen, Canton Lockers. Might be the greatest thing I've ever said on the microphone. I hope my grandma's listening. Two-point conversion. We're going to try her one more time. Got a man in motion. Nobody there to pitch it to. He's going to pitch it anyway, and it's going to be blown up. His knee was down, and the two-point conversion is no good.
You may be a little biased being a beef
Logan
producer,
Tate was brought
rancher.
down by number 40,
I don't
Camden
see a whole
Cruzy.
lot of turkeys at the
That
Walker
two-point
Ranch,
conversion
Bree
did
Ranch.
fail.
You know, there's just not a whole lot of turkey
Eagle
production
fans,
in
if
Kansas.
you were
Actually,
here
there
during
is.
the varsity game and you saw number 24, Nick Evans, take a interception back to the house. I don't know if you saw that, but if you want to make a little noise, this Eagle football squad has a single season record for pick sixes in 8-man football.
There you
What
go.
do you say, Eagle fans?
I don't know if caught it on the broadcast here, but with that pick six that Nick Evans had early on in the first quarter, I believe.
First play.
First play, that's right. That
First defensive play.
sets another Kansas State high school record for pick sixes for a team in a season.
That's impressive. Well, I mean, it was helped significantly with 3 pick sixes by Mr. Vincent in one quarter in one of the contests earlier this season.
And Solomon, yeah.
Okay, we got Eagles football now.
And we had another 3
Eagle
pick
offense
sixes
on the field, first
the
and
night
10
that he
from their
set
own
the
30.
record for interceptions returned for touchdown. He
Yep.
was the third one in that game. So the Ball Hawks, the Canton-Galva Eagle Ball Hawks, as Joey Ratzliff takes a direct snap at quarterback and brought down. That is
Joey Ratzliff
Eflin,
on the
number
keeper, brought down by
81.
number 81, Ian Eflin.
Strong
Bring up second
arms
down
there.
for the
Arm
Eagles.
tackle usually does not work, but Eflin able to reach that big paw out there and bring Joey Ratzliff to the
Second
turf.
and 8 for
Going to
the
be second
Eagles.
and 8 for the Eagles. 55 seconds on the clock here, and quarter number 1 in JV game. And again, this is just going to be a running clock, so be pretty quick JV contest. We appreciate you guys staying with us. Ratzliff again in the backfield. Wide receivers right and left. High snap here is going to get away from Jordan Ratzliff. It's going to be covered up by the Heat. They're going to have it. Fumble is going to be recovered by number 15. That's Landon Parker.
There was a fumble on a snap, and it was recovered by the Heat, number 15, Landon Parker.
Landon Parker in on the fumble recovery for the Heat. So we'll flip the field here with the running clock.
After the turnover, it's going to be Heat football from their own 30.
Or we're just going to set the ball up at 30 and go again here. So we got the
And
quarters
that will
over.
be the end of the first JV quarter.
As the wind has picked up significantly here, Travis. That American flag is at one time had just barely any bend in it at all, and now it's supposed to be pretty windy tomorrow, correct?
I'm not sure about tomorrow. I know on Sunday that it's talking like 30 or 40 mile an hour sustained gusts. So
I don't like that.
no, especially as dry as everything has been, and it's not going to make for a good day for sure. Thankful that it is coming on Sunday and not tomorrow, though. Like I say, 5th and 6th grade boys traveling up to Clyde to play Lincoln Tesket.
Hey, there's another football game going to happen tomorrow night.
As you
Purple
start
versus
the second,
purple.
Yeah, it's
JV quarter here.
shaping
We've
up to
got
be a
Heat
pretty good one, I
football first
believe.
and 10.
What is it, number 17 K-State is?
Yeah, the option play here, kind of as we're going down the sidelines, they're scampering is
Logan Tate shoved out of
Logan
bounds
Tate.
by Jaden Barnett.
Yeah, a top 25 matchup as TCU has cracked the top 10. K-State with the one loss on the season as Tate was ran out of
Bring it
bounds
second
after
and 2
gaining
for the
8. Of course, as you mentioned, what was a heavy K-State crowd here in Central Kansas has become even more heavily K-State biased with one of our very own now on the squad. As the ball is on the ground, he picks it up. He's going to reverse field his 21, Logan Tate, and he's going to be ran out of bounds.
Broken play, run out. We'll call it about the 19 by number
Logan Tate
52.
picks up the fumble, switches directions,
Cherry.
and runs it out of bounds. We'll get enough for a first down for the Heat.
Yeah, talking with Coach Kleiman last Friday,
Be first
just
and 10
sitting
for
there
the
telling
Heat
them about
at
how
the Eagle 30.
fun it is to watch them this year, and being 5-1, just looking forward to the rest of the season. He asked if we would be as excited to see him here if they were 1-5, and as I told him, they could lose every game all year other than beating KU and would be fine with me. So
Tate on the carry, he ran out of bounds by 34.
Aiden Koffeld off the tackle.
But no,
on
I
Tate.
mean, and honestly, you do talk about. We talked about high school level, the success we've had here in McPherson
Bring up
County.
second and 2 for the Heat.
The state of Kansas this year, it is good to see KU having success this year, and
Yeah, we have to be a little bit careful. Our wages might get docked, as Coach Kaufman is a KU supporter. As we're going to air it out here, he's got a man in the back of the end zone. He's going to catch it and be in for the touchdown for Rural Vista.
Drainer's pass to Parker is complete.
I believe
Touchdown,
that is Parker
Heat.
on the reception from
Landon
Trainer.
Parker. Yeah, no, that does make it more fun to watch the game when it is close. But like I said, as long as K-State comes out on top, I'll be happy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow night's contest. Of course, I'm excited for the football contest beforehand with the 5th and 6th graders, but then to watch K-State take on the Horned Frogs down in Dallas. 2-point conversion here
Drainer's
is failed.
pass to Brockmeyer falls incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails.
Should be a fun contest, one with essentially playoff implications for the Big 12. As we got 5 minutes of football to go here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we made it up to Manhattan to watch the Tulane game, the lone loss for the Wildcats this year. But, yeah,
Eagle
it
football
sounds like
first and 10 from their own 30.
tomorrow it could definitely be a make or break for the Big 12 championship, kind of the front runner for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, winner takes the top spot all by their lonesome. Another errant
High
snap. Jory able to field it and just get upfield and get what he can get. Tackled there by several Heat.
Ratzef on the keeper for the Eagles, brought
Leading
down
the charge
by
was
55 Marsh.
Mason Marsh, number 55, another one of the freshmen on
Be
this
second down
squad.
for the Eagles, 2nd and 11 from their own 29.
You got to think the jitters may be a little bit high-strung for the Eagles. A couple errant snaps there. I know Jory and a lot of the underclassmen would like to show the home crowd what they can look forward to here in the next couple of years. Struggling with the high snaps, though.
Yeah, and the line play is struggling, but Jory's going to make something of it here as he's going down the left sideline, going to be ran out of bounds by number 12, Parker Dykeman, And 24, Elijah West.
Jory Ratzlaff on the razzle-dazzle there, shoved out of bounds by Dykeman for the Heat.
Bring up third and, let's call it 3.
3rd and 3 for the Eagles.
From about the 37-yard line here, the Eagles need to get across midfield to get the first down. See if we can't get that snap a little lower here. There it is, nice snap here. Joey's just going to run right up the middle. He's got a lane. He's going to go all the
15,
way.
10, 5.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Joey Ratzlaff showing off his speed. Hopefully little brother tomorrow can have a game for you.
Yeah, speaking of next weekend, I do know that concessions on tap so far, planning walking tacos. I do believe we may have some openings for concession help and gate help if anyone would like to donate their time. I believe the first game starts at 9, last game starts at, I want to say 2, so full day of football next Saturday here at Margreter Stadium.
Low snap and a give is going to be to number 35.
It's going to be Barnett again.
Barnett on the carry.
Jaden Barnett.
2-point conversion does come up short.
So 2-point conversion failed for the JV Eagles squad here. Well, this is likely the last drive of this contest as the clock
And
is
it'll be
running
Heat football,
150.
1st and 10 from their own 30.
Tell you what, on that play, if Hart and Trying got you in the end zone, he would have waltzed in, but good stop by the Heat there. So running clock, minute 40 left. We'll see what Rural Vista can do.
Going to go trips to the right, lone receiver to the left. Trainer in the backfield by himself. This 3 down lineman look for Rural Vista. Didn't work on the varsity side, and pressure here airs it out. And the ball is incomplete.
Ball's incomplete.
It'll be broken up by Walker Nightingale.
Ball was intended for number 34, Cole Reedy, who has had a pretty nice football game here for the Rural Vista Heat. Going to go same formation, see what the Eagles decide to do. Going to send 4. Gets to him, and the ball is disrupted. Quarterback pressure there.
Trainer's pass to
It'll be pressured by number 52, Dylan Cherry, on the blitz.
Yeah, Canton-Galva has elected, you know, when Rural Vista has shown 3 down linemen as they're doing right now with a stack, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, just to send the middle linebacker, giving them 1 more than they can block. Because we have an almost interception by Barnett.
Trainer's pass is nearly intercepted by Barnett.
I told you I looked forward to watching him play free safety next year. If he's going to continue on the ball hawk tradition here, he's going to have to learn to get that one in his mitts. It's 4th and 10. Same stack, 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Going to roll the quarterback out of the pocket and air it out. And Walker Nightingale is going to get the interception.
Trainer's pass is incomplete, or is intercepted by Walker Nightingale.
And the refs blew the whistle there. And that is going to be the end of the contest.
I think they had him stopped on forward momentum, but
Football
that
fans,
was a
that's
split
the
second
end
before
of
I
the
think
contest
that
this
thing.
evening.
I think if
May
that
have
wasn't the
been taken
JV
back
game,
six.
they probably wouldn't have blown that one. But we appreciate them. Well, Travis, it's been great to have you on the call tonight. Appreciate you stepping in. Been fun. Excellent job. Excellent job by our production crew. As always, they are fantastic. Closing thoughts?
Well, like we've talked all game, this Heat team, the coming years, not one to be overlooked, I'm afraid. Definitely showed some promise with their underclassmen in the varsity game, and of course they're in the JV game. Like I say, it wasn't much of a different squad there, so
yeah, they've got
one to keep your eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. Rural Vista is going to be an up-and-coming football program. Congratulations to them. They fought hard all the way through. Congratulations to your district champion, Canton-Galva Eagles, on their undefeated season so far. It's a win or go home from now on. And, again, Excellent job on the call tonight, Trav. Good luck tomorrow with your 5th and 6th grade team, and go Eagles.
Yep.